Friends, neighbours, and fellow citizens of the Republic of Stroud, thank you very much for having me. I'm really sorry I've not been able to be here all day. It looks like you've had a fantastic conversation, and I've noticed the word hope being used a lot, and maybe in the next few minutes, that's something I would like to share with you. What I found on my journey to gathering people to eat together. So my name is Tom Herbert. I'm co-founder of the Long Table, which is just 2 miles up the road in Brimscombe. We're based in Brimscombe Mill. And the Long Table is a community restaurant. So we got started about 7 years ago. I had been wondering and worrying for some time about the state of the world, and also growing in my love and affection for food, people, and specifically eating together, and grew curious to the point of not being able to not do anything about it. What about the thing that I love and notice lots of other people love, what might it look like if that was put in service of some of the big challenges we face as a society? There was this loud American guy, had people chanting, "Build the wall." And at that terrible time, I found or stumbled across this old saying that goes, if you have more than enough, build longer tables, not higher walls. And I shared this, and it seemed to go down really well with a lot of people. And I thought, oh, there's energy in this idea of a long table where we might share if we have more than we need for ourselves. And as time went on, I found some people working in Brimscombe, the Grace Network, about 12 people, and my colleague and co-founder, Will Mansell, had started an amazing project called Kid Stuff that takes unwanted toys and clothes that kids have grown out of and makes them available to families and kids that need them. Similarly with furniture. And this was a way of actually creating employment and keeping money in the economy and keeping items moving around. And by and by, I shared my dream for a really long table with people eating together, a bit like one we'd done in this very room in 2007 at a tango evening where we went around, my brother and I, with a massive barbecue on wheels and fed people to wonderful music. And I knew there's real energy when people are connected around food. And so I shared my dream with Will and the team, and they said, well, what are you waiting for? We've got furniture here. And so we pushed the tables together, and I got my barbecue out and washing up bowl, and so people were fed, and we've got going, and we've not stopped, and now we're feeding people 5 days a week and 3 evenings a week, and you're very welcome to come and eat with us. And we've got a restaurant opened in Cirencester doing the same thing, so we hope to feed in this amazing way 80,000 or more people this year. And we've just found a space in South Bristol in Bedminster where we hope to do a similar kind of thing. Now, so the thing that, there's a team of us now across our various and colourful and wonderful social enterprises creating employment for people locally. There's now nearly 150 of us working together. And one thing that I found has been helpful in magnetising our attentions and care is this question: what if everyone in our community had access to great food and people to eat it with? And we found that a good question can focus our attentions and allow us to hear from the other perspective, such that we might be with each other rather than just doing things for people, and we can be alongside and with each other. And we found that to be a really wonderful and powerful thing. So together we're trying to answer a few different questions. We're students of what we call radical hospitality, trying to be as much a hospital as we are a restaurant. And I just want to give you a little story, because I don't have much time, to show you what can happen when this seems to be working well. I just got permission from these 2 women, Laura and Claire, to share this story, so I do it very gladly and thankfully to them. Laura was in a lot of pain. She was recently been made homeless, and she would come in with a crutch to the long table and sit herself down, and the team would bring her food. And by and by, Claire came in for a meal and sat opposite her and inquired why she had a crutch. And she explained her pain, and she said, well, I'm an osteopath. I've treated people with what you have. And she said, oh, but alas, I don't know if she used that word exactly, but alas, I couldn't afford to pay for an osteopath. So she said, well, why don't we do it like they do at the Long Table and do it pay as you can. You just pay me what you can afford. Well, perhaps unsurprisingly, she was healed, and these two women, much more than just healing of the physical ailment happened. They became great friends. They come in every Tuesday and play table tennis very vigorously together for hours. And they've been on holiday together, I believe. And in our office, we have some artwork that Claire made as a thank you for connecting them as friends. So what I'm wanting to say is that I'm not here as an example. I'm here to only because other people are cooking and washing up at the moment for me. For that, I'm very grateful. But just to show by way of example that when we pay attention to the questions we're wrestling with, and if we can do that in a way that makes space for others, we have found that amazing things happen when we eat together. My invitation to you is next time you eat, do be hungry also to eat with someone else. If you're very fortunate and staying in Stroud, do come and eat with us at the Long Table. And of course, we hope to see real change in this way. We've started, and we are feeding change one bite at a time. All right, that's it. Thank you.